This is Sam Overton. Thank you for joining me today. Again, we are going over free code camps, JavaScript Basics, and today I will be starting off where left off last time. So we're on day 3 right now, and I'll be doing a 15-minute Pomodoro session, and just to let you know that this timer will say 30 minutes, but I'll only be doing 15 minutes of that. And we will get started right now. And thank you for joining me again. So here we go. Escape sequences and strings. Here we go. Quotes are not the only character that can be escaped inside of string. There are 2 reasons to use escape characters. First is to allow you to use characters you might not otherwise be able to type out, such as a backspace. Second is to allow you to represent multiple quotes in a string without JavaScript misinterpreting what you mean. We learned this in the previous challenge. So basically, you input this different code to get this output. And it's just so that when you're using strings, JavaScript can recognize it and output that format for you. So what do we need to do? It says assign the following 3 lines of text into the single variable myString using escape sequences. So first line, then it looks like it's a line break with a tab and a backslash, second line, third line. You'll need to use escape sequences to insert special characters correctly. You also need to follow the space as it looks above with no spaces between escape sequences or words. Here's the text with the escape sequences written out. So first line, new. So here we go. Let's do it. Well, it's telling us what we need to do. myString equals, I'll make this string, of course, new line, oh, sorry, first line, and then it says a new line, so that's backslash n, and then we have tab, so backslash t, and then we have a backslash, and then second line, then new line, backslash n is the new line, and then third line. And if I hit Command Enter, let's see if this works. Nope, doesn't work. Should not contain any spaces. So maybe with Command Enter, still no, it says no spaces. So myString should contain the string first line, second line, third line. Oh, third line. Command Enter, and there we go. Just has some typos in there. No, you don't want to have any spaces, and then just make sure you're spelling things correctly. Let's move on. Here we go. Concatenate strings with plus operator. It's pretty simple. So you add the plus operator to bring 2 strings together. So we can just see what they want us to do. Build my string from the strings. This is the start and this is the end using the plus operator. So here we go. My string equals string. This is the start with the period and a space in between there. Just one space. Then you hit the plus operator. Another string. This is the end. The period. Command enter. Here we go. Let's keep moving. So next one is concatenating strings with the plus equal operator. So we can also use the plus equal operator to concatenate string onto the end of an existing string variable. This can be very helpful to break long strings, to break a long string over several lines. Watch out for spaces. Concatenation does not add space between concatenated strings, so you need to add them yourself. So if we're looking at this example, we see that it says our string equals I come first, and then so this string, this variable has this string in there right here. This variable has this already, and then you just use this plus equals to simply concatenate it. So this allows for a lot more flexibility. Say for instance, we didn't want to add this second string into this variable for whatever reason, but we can concatenate it here somewhere else within our code. So it makes it a little bit more flexible for us instead of just hard coding it right into this variable. We're adding a little bit more flexibility. So it says build my string over several lines by concatenating these two strings. So my string equals string. This is the first sentence. Period. And that's it. So we're going to keep that as the first part, and then our second part is going to be my string, and is going to plus equal. So we're going to add that to the end of it as well. And this is the second sentence. Period at the end. And let's see if our syntax works. So command enter. Yes. This is pretty straightforward. Constructing strings with variables. Okay, so here we have, it says sometimes you need to build a string, a Mad Lib style, by using concatenation operator. You can insert one or more variable into a string you're building. So set my string to a string equal to your name and build my string with my name between the strings my name is and I am well. So let's see what we're trying to do. So it says set my name to a string equal to your name. So my name should equals string Sam, and my string will equal or my string not equal, but my string assignment is a string and I'm going to say my name is space right here. Then we're going to plus my name plus, and then we're going to say and I am well. Exclamation point at the end. Command enter. Pretty simple, straightforward. So next is appending variables to a string. Just as we can build a string over multiple lines, out of string literals, we can also append variables to a string using a plus equal operator. So set some adjective and append it to my string using the plus equal operator. Some adjective, learning code. So some adjective will equal learning code. We want to say learning code is fun. And I'll put exclamation point in there. So what we're going to do is right here, I'll say my string plus equal my adjective or some adjective right here. And now it should say my it should say learning to code is fun. And we do get that output when I hit Command Enter. Command Enter to go to the next section. And here we go. It says find the length of a string. Have 3 minutes left. Let's find the length of the string. You can find the length of a string by writing the value .length. It's pretty straightforward right there. So it says use the .length property to count the number of characters in the last name variable and assign it to the last name length. So it says we'll just say var last name var last name, or are we, oh, they already set up something for us. So we can say so last name length equals 0, that's the setup. Var last name equals Lovelace, and that's where I'm at right here. So they set something up for us. So use the .length property to count the number of characters in the last name. So we will say last name dot length, and right there we go back to that just to make sure we are comprehending what's going on. So use the .length property to count the number of characters in the last name variable and assign it to the last name length. So this is the last name length. Currently it is 0 right now, but when we assign the last name dot length to this variable, it changes it to whatever this last name length is. So 0 and length is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that should be the that should be the length of the last name when you put last name dot length right here on this variable. Straightforward. Nothing complex right now, but some things can be pretty confusing. This is the last one that I'll work on, using bracket notation to find the first character in a string. So bracket notation is a way to get the character of a specific index within a string. Most modern programming languages like JavaScript don't start counting at 1 like humans do. They start at 0. This is referred to as zero-based indexing. For example, the character at index 0 in the word Charles is C. So if the var first name equals Charles, you get that value of the first letter of the string by using first name 0. So let's see what we need to do. Use bracket notation to find the first character in the last name variable. So last name variable right here, we want to get that first name. So first letter of the last name. It kind of had it set up for us. So all we got to do is first letter of the last name, bracket notation, 0, command enter. There we go. Pretty straightforward again. So that's it, everyone. I want to thank you again for joining me. Feel free to leave a comment, just letting me know what you would like to see. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to me. Thank you again for joining. You all take care. Have fun. Love your family. Love your friends. And peace.